Hi, Rhonda from Taylor Like Beauty. Just here doing my corrections around my face, covering everything with Aspen that is acute redness, and I'm just gonna go in and grab my, okay. So I'm gonna just go over the areas where I'm red and what I just went over with Aspen, just to snuff it all out. And just tap, 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 bring it in, go all around the areas where I had the brown and any red, and done. So, tossing this to the side because I want to make this very, very, very quick and get right into the eye look. So, I'm going to just take a little bit of Frenchie because I'm looking really a bit dark under here. I'm going to take the Frenchie and I'm just going to pat it under there. It's a fleshy look. Because I'm light, you're going to be like totally terrified. But it literally will clear everything out. And all that darkness, I can go over that really quick. So, you don't want a lot of this. You just use as needed. It doesn't matter because, like, I mean, literally this whole thing, this whole correction is literally becoming actually a trend where you actually wear blush up by your eyes. So you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. So I'm just going to grab really quick, go over this really quick and cover all that so that I am and all I'm going to do is go over all that with the perfector, sponge, whichever, beauty blender, whatever you want to call it. So that's all good. Now I'm going to take this tip of the multitasker and I'm going to go into my brightener, my brightest color, my brightest highlight, and I'm going to get in and I'm going to go along in the actual shadow, not all over. And just pat it out. Do you see the difference? So, just gonna go grab it into that shadow. If you grab it in the shadow, all of that shadow literally, it doesn't disappear, it just looks like it disappears. It's great. And just pat it with your finger and done. Okay, so that's all that, and I am just going to grab my buff brush, and I'm going to use this end with the angle and grab with my tin. I'm going to grab my Astoria just enough. Sometimes I haven't used this in a while because I've been quite sick. And I had a little run-in with a plate that literally should have never sharded like it did. And these are just the placements based on my face. Everything can always be added or fixed or whichever. You want to come down on the jawline if you're going to do this particular. And I'm just going to pull that down anyways, because then I won't have to worry about that after. So now I'm going to turn everything around, and I'm going to actually use my finger. I'm going to get my main shade in here, in between, main shade in between there too, and then I'm gonna go with another finger and go with the lighter. Now, because my nose is not big, I don't really need to do much with it, so I'm just gonna like bring it down through the middle, do exclamation mark. I might add a little tiny bit of contour. Other than that, this is my brightest shade, and that's going to give me like a lift up when I blend all this. And then I'm going to do a little bit above here and a little bit around here, because those are all the areas that light is going to shine off of. So that's why you sort of want to go with that sort of thing. The other thing is to add a little bit of, now where you put your blush is up to you. It can be blended though with your contour. This is one I really love, so I'm not going to change it up. For this particular eye look, they do go with Royal, which is actually one of my actual ones, but it's up to you. So I'm just going to go, and I'm going to sort of blend everything out. You want your contour up around your hairline. Come down into that, and you can pounce. You want to get everything. You don't want no harsh lines. You don't want no harsh lines whatsoever. But this particular brush just totally makes everything just so seamless. I'm just going to take that little bit of extra there on that and go down these sides, just to get that little bit of look. And then I'm going to pull up. I'm going to grab a little bit more lightener to come up here. And I can sort of bring that into the contour so that it all looks perfectly put together. Come down the nose, do this area, and I'm just using pouncy motion. I've turned to the other end, by the way, sorry. But yeah. Now I'm going to take down from the under the eye, and I'm going to pull up to give you that snatched look. Pull under when it comes along here, and then pull up for the snatched look. And then come down with this, your main shade, and then bring up. Come over, do the same. And go over, and everything looks just really good. I don't know if it's my light or what, but I feel like I got a little bit of a harsh. I think it's my light. And a little bit less on here, so I'm just going to go over that. Okay, so now that I have all that done, I'm just going to go over with my perfector. Make sure I got all that, any extra, so nothing is settling in anywhere. Make sure everything looks good. No harsh lines. And that was that quick. Now I'm just going to pop on. I usually do my lips with a with the contour on them, but tonight I'm just going to literally just line them. I know I have really super shaky hands. And I totally need to ring out. And I am just using the Suede lip liner. Where I'm light, this is going to show up a lot more. This all can be fixed really quick. So I'm going to pull it in a little bit. And now I'm just going to pop on some Desert Sunset. And it's more of an orangey tone, but it's really nice. Like anything with cream lips, you can pretty much do whatever you like. I'm going to add a little bit more just to give that little like extra glow there. I'm gonna try pull in this extra so it looks lined instead of a thin, like actual thick line. Okay, so I am now done with all of this. Use that because that is what's going to come onto your teeth. So I'll be ready to go over a really, really, really super cute look for the fall. Basically, I am just going to go over, I have it all here. Yes, there's a little bit of color in here, but we won't worry about that. It's going to turn out really great. Okay, so everything is primed and ready to go. Now, I haven't been able to wear my eyelashes for a while because my eyes have been having a lot of trouble. So I am going to start off with Sedona. And I'm just going to go in, tap, tap, and I'm just going to bring it across. And you want to hold, it'd be nice to actually practice what I preach. You want to hold that back and just go across. Keep your eye open, especially if you have hooded eyes. If you don't, you can actually go down on your lid. You might still want to bring it up to the brow bone anyways. And I'm just going to grab a little bit more for my other eye and back and forth. And you can bring it down to your lid if you don't have hooded eyes. And I think that's pretty much good enough right there. I'm going to go and bring in a little bit of Moscow. Now I'm going to turn the... Actually, I'm going to grab my smudge brush. Did I just say smudge brush? Smudge brush. And I'm going to grab... Make sure of my colors, because sometimes I get them mixed up. I'm going to grab a bit of Eve here. It is a darker color. And I only really took it on the edge, okay? So, instead of bringing right out to the other one, because I have a different color, just trust the process. And I'm going to bring it up. This is a shimmer. It's dark, and it can look really scary to anybody who is not into wearing much color or anything like that. And I'm just going to pat it in there. Not really fully to the outer corner yet, because I have plans. This is my own look. Now I have a smudge brush, I have a cleaner, so I'm going to go get this cleaned. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the green. It's called Emerald City. Okay. And that's going to come out there like that. Okay. And I'm just going to put that down. Bring it over into the actual rest of the look. And fix this side a little bit. And bring it up. Now, here is where we want to go and just... And if your eye is sort of like a bit moving, if you have hooded eyes, you can just pull up like this and blend. And back and forth. Okay? And see, I'll do the same with this eye. And I want to bring that in. And marry everything. Now, I'm a little bit darker than I like with that color. So what I'm going to actually add to it is just something a little bit lighter. Just to brighten. And bring that over. Completely doing this by my whole... Now, here is one thing I have noticed helps a lot, is if you've added too much, just use by bouncy motion, use your effector. Okay, so I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm just going to grab a little bit green. I think I went a little too far. I'm going to rub a little bit out, and I'm going to bring that down. And a little bit more, dab it out, and just bring it in like that. Bring that over a little bit. Okay, so now that we have that done, I am just going to take my finger and I'm going to pop it into hot chocolate. Pop a little bit there in the middle, as you can see. Just to give a little bit of pop during the day. You don't have to go to green. I went a little bit extra on the green. So I'm just going to grab, well, I have a new eyeshadow brush. I could have easily cleaned it, but my cleaner is over in my other pouch. So I'm using Angel's Landing. I'm going to get in here, come under a little bit to give that little look of opening the eye. And the same on this side. Okay. And I'm going to grab a little bit of Sedona. On the tip here. And I'm going to bring it underneath. And I'm not going to bring it all the way, because that will close my eyes up where I have hooded eyes. This gives like a beautiful look of opening. Totally. And just like that. Okay, and well, if you want to keep your mascara really super clean, you can get these on Amazon. And a lot of the mascaras are coming now with a top. So you aren't... What happens when you're putting a lot of bacteria in here is you're using like the same one, the same, like all over the place, and it'd be helpful not to drop it. So I'm just going to go in, grab some mascara, get rid of the stuff at the end, because I always get a little bit of extra thick. We don't want that. Anyways, just to keep that. And go in. You can bat if you like. Okay. And I'm going to grab a tissue here. I feel like I have a little too much mascara on there. I'm just going to grab a little quick pull out on there of where I think I have like too much mascara. And fix up my lashes. And come over and do the other one. Okay. Okay, now my eyelashes are getting a little bit better than they always used to be. And I'm just going to bring a little bit across. Give that extra. Underneath. And I'm done. So, what do you think? If you are worried about, like, okay, maybe it being out a little bit too far, you can always take this side with just the leftover bit of highlight and pull it up again so it looks completely snatched. And come under and come right up the side there, and there everything looks all within, and we're all done. All I have to do now is pull down the hair out of that old bun and with this light showing off all my white hairs and my curtain bangs and my curls all lovely. So I hope you like. If you like, please hit like and please share and subscribe. Okay, thank you. Have a good night.